innovation spirit. And then for entrepreneurs also, we provide some funding.
That's a must these days. I mean, having such support from the university itself, it's a big support. And even like when I visit colleges, like what I do is like apart from teaching stuff and making people aware of this, I also find some bright talents and try to give them internship or freelancing opportunities.
Very good.
Like I thought of doing the same here also. Like maybe after the end of this workshop, maybe I will get at least 3 to 4 people who are.
You can announce like competition or something.
Yeah, there is also a competition in the afternoon. I bought some goodies as well for them.
Oh, good.
Like my main intention is like if I teach things and people are not able to take away anything after the workshop, then there is no point of, I mean, being here and teaching. So yeah, mostly like I wanted this to be an interactive and
It should be.
Yeah.
Like that, yes.
it's not like one way, but I want this to be completely a discussion kind of thing.
So when they participate, that's when they learn it.
Yep. Yeah. It was a pleasure meeting you, sir.
Hey, same with you. I'm staying in Hyderabad only. My family is there. So
Like which place in Hyderabad?
I am staying in near the Lower Tangle area,
Okay.
Gandhinagar area. So I did my entire schooling, born brought up
A
there.
very warm
Okay.
welcome to all of you at this momentous occasion, Way to Prompt Engineering. We are deeply honored and privileged to have you all with us today. Our distinguished guests and esteemed dignitaries who have graciously consented the grace to the event with their prosperous presence. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
And then joining us today, Mr. Amit Chavan, a distinguished guest from the IIC cell. His expertise in innovation and entrepreneurship has been invaluable in fostering a culture of creativity and enterprise among us. Let's welcome him. If he wants, are you wishing?
Sure. Sure.
Yes.
So thank you very much, Vishika. Thank you very much, Vishika. For the nice introduction. So good morning to all. No breakfast. No breakfast. Good morning. Good morning. Very good. Very good. Want to see that's the end of this event today. So first of all, I want to thank the Innovators Quest, excellent student initiative, which is focused on innovation and research. And from what I believe, activities have been carried out by this over the last couple of years. And now we are new energy again. We are starting this initiative. This is the first activity and we are going to conduct. And as far as the event goes, I was talking to Yaswanth. Yaswanth was an expert. I thank him down here for coming down here and conducting this event for us. And we're just discussing about what is the importance of the evolving technology that is happening. So we were discussing that earlier in our days when we started doing the work, we used to do a lot of research, groundbreaking work. And even to access information, we have to go to library, refer the books. Many times the books will not be available. We have to request from other libraries, sometimes to ask the publisher to send a new copy to us. So it was a hassle, right? Right? But then 2000 we had. That's when I first heard. That's when I was doing my MS in US. So we had to search. Converted to search. Okay, so we have to search. Information was available to you, and mostly it depends on uploaded in the web, uploaded. We are able to access that. So now gone have 2 decades. Now we have to ask. Right? So we have to simply ask what you want, right? Get done. So now tools like AI, ChatGPT and many others will help you completing your work. You don't have to do, you don't have to start from scratch. So you just have to simply ask what you want things will be done, right? So today's exercise is basically to give you orientation on how to ask. As people are right? So now things have been simplified for you, and believe me, this is very important. This is very important. With simplification, set of challenges are the challenges where we see that coding is getting automated, right? And then now you have to develop this new set of skills where you have to prepare so that you are using these tools to your benefit, right? You are taking advantage of these tools. So these are like the new age horses, what we call it. You have to ride on these horses. If you don't know how to ride on these horses, you will stay on the ground. You will not progress. You will not go forward. Okay? So I will request all of you to take advantage of this session, and from what I have heard from Yaswanth, please, you will make this session more interactive. So participate, okay? Try to get as much as possible, okay? And wish you all the best. Now talking about IIC. So IIC stands for Innovation, Incubation and Entrepreneurship. Okay. So we have an excellent facility and program platform that is created for our students, even for faculty, where we are, as you were mentioning earlier, that this is to foster the culture of innovation and entrepreneurship. Okay. So we are conducting similar programs. Okay. A lot of boot camps are conducted, especially with technology orientation, and we are also conducting hackathons, and then we are also supporting students who are inclined towards entrepreneurship or planning to start new companies. Okay, so we already got almost around 28 incubators that are there in our center, and then they are progressively working towards developing prototypes which are on high technology. And I request you all to come and visit the facility once. How many of you know where IIC is? Okay, I see only few hands, so rest who have not raised their hands, please come today. One more coding event is going on there, so maybe during lunchtime or after this event, please come and visit that facility. Okay, so it's a good extended facility. Still we are growing, expanding. We have got a maker space where you can come design, develop your prototypes. We have got a nice co-incubation space. We have got some relaxation facilities for you, like you can play billiards, you can play caroms, you can play chess, and then you can have some other relaxation environment there. Along with that, you also have cubicles dedicated to incubators. Okay, so a lot of facility and encouragement is there for our students in this direction. And going forward, we'll also be keen to be working with Innovators Quest, where we want to see that any activities that we take forward, right, you also be our partner in that. Okay. And then going with what recognitions we have got with IIC. Now IIC, or in fact with VIT-AP University, this is a recognized host institute by Ministry of MSME. So any programs that are run by Ministry of MSME or any schemes that is run by Ministry of MSME, we are part of it. Okay, so like last time we have run one scheme from Ministry of MSME for Women Idea Hackathon. So where funding of up to 15 lakh rupees was given to women entrepreneurs who are having innovative ideas. So I'm glad to say that almost 40 ideas from our institute were shortlisted for that event. Okay. And then similarly, we are also recognized as a scientific and industrial research organization by DSIR. And then we are also conducting a lot of programs through our partners like the Indus Entrepreneurs Group, the TIE Group. We are also conducting a lot of programs through IBS Global, okay, and many other events. And one more is our AP Innovation Society. Through them also we are conducting a lot of programs. So I see that with this new enthusiasm that's been brought by Innovators Quest, we can take things forward, and certainly these will be more towards preparing you in a better way going down the line. So innovation again is mostly thinking out of the box, creating something new, and believe me, typically it is expected that this should end up in entrepreneurship, not necessarily. Even when you go to a job, right, you are all expected to provide that new direction to the company. Okay? So I wish you all the best and take the full advantage of the session today. And I congratulate the faculty, Sandeepan sir, for organizing this event. And then thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for your wonderful speech, sir. Thank you so much. Now let's welcome Our
Okay.
club
Thank you.
coordinator, Mr. Sandeepan Maitri, our esteemed club coordinator for Innovators Quest. Before welcoming, I need to tell some words about you, sir. Okay, so Mr. Maitri
Hand
sir's
mic వేస్తారా?
dedication and passion for innovation have been driving force behind the success of our club. Especially because of him, the club got so much prestigious thing. So his commitment to nurturing creative thinking and fostering a
లేదు
culture of
ఇది
exploration
చాలా
and
కాలర్ మైక్స్ ఉన్నాయి,
experimentation
ఎక్కువ వస్తుందేమో
have
అని.
not only inspired our members
ఇంకొకటి ఉందా
but
ఇది?
have also led to
అంటే
remarkable
ఆడియన్స్కి ఒకటి ఉండేలా.
achievements in the world of innovation. So please join me in giving a warm and enthusiastic welcome to Mr. Sandeepan Maitri sir. We look forward to another year of innovation and growth under his capable leadership. We welcome you, sir.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Yeah, this is the Innovators Club, and this is the first offline event we are hosting in a giant manner. Though we have done the 2 successful years, and this is the 3rd year we are going on. First year, I think we have done more or less 10 events, and last year also 5-6 events we have conducted. All are online more or less, based on the guest lectures and new technology learning and the knowledge we need to share with all the people. This is also a part of it, and we want some new technology in front of you so that you can learn, you can explore, and you can utilize in your upcoming study, maybe research, and you can take it to your further job life also. So that is my motivation, and here we do lot of project development. We have started some projects also developing to it. You can come and join with this team for the further your involvements, and our projects and university will grow by this. So I would like to see the today's sessions, and I believe you will also participate it with the promptness. The name is the prompt, so you have to be prompt. I am expecting you all people to be prompt, giving the answer, asking your doubts, getting clarified by our speaker. Right? Are you up for it? Yes? Yes. So whatever doubt you have, either it is correct or wrong, doesn't matter, you ask it. First of all, you should ask. If you ask, then only the answer will come to you by any heart. Maybe with the speaker, maybe with Google, or maybe with the technology will help you. First, you need to ask. If you get some answer, then again you need to think, elaborate the answer whatever you got. Is it logically correct? Then again you need to get some more questions asked. By that you will flourish the whole area. What is your interest is. So this is the practice sessions you will do for whole day. I believe that end of this day you will start learning how promptly you should ask, get the result, and understand what is the requirement for your job, maybe project, maybe your innovation, or maybe whatever the ideas you are working on it. Yeah, thank you. This is our motivation of the club. Join, learn, and explore yourself. That is our motivation to give you all. Okay? So thank you very much. We'll continue with the session, and we'll see after the end of this whole event. Again, I will come and ask what is your feedback and how you have learned it. So that is more important. End product, how much you have learned, that is very important for me to know. And I will come at the end and I will ask the same question. So prepare whatever you have learned, note down and express to me at the end of this session. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now let's welcome our guests. It is with great pleasure and enthusiasm that we extend a warm and happy welcome to Mr. Yaswanth Sai Palaghat, a distinguished content creator in the realms of
Let's start.
technology
Sure.
and career guidance with an active influential presence on YouTube and Instagram. Mr. Palaghat is not just a content creator, he is a dynamic professional with an unyielding passion for sharing his profound knowledge and learnings with the world. Now let's welcome him onto the stage and then
Yeah, I'll proceed.
continue.
Sure. Yeah, thank you. Can anyone? యాక్చువల్లీ ఒక్క మైక్ ఎవరైనా వాలంటీర్స్ తీసుకుంటారంటే ఆడియన్స్ దగ్గర కెన్ గెట్ వన్ వాటర్ బాటిల్. Anyone, take the mic and say like what are the keywords that you are aware of? Only keyword. I don't want explanation. I just want how many of you are aware of at least 5 keywords and what are those 5 keywords? Your good name, please. It's not right.
version.
Okay, like what are the keywords that you are aware of?
ChatGPT, everyone knows.
Yeah.
And what is Google AI, machine learning, everyone has idea about it.
Okay.
Prediction, analytic AI, everyone, all sort of use OEM.
Can you list like ChatGPT bad? Apart from that, what are the things that you are aware of from this list?
I think so ChatGPT bot I have used both of them.
Okay. Okay, no problem. Like, can anyone? Yeah. Okay.
My name is Yaswanth.
Okay.
I am aware of ChatGPT. It's from OpenAI,
Okay.
and Bird is from Google.
Okay.
Link is from Microsoft.
Okay.
Artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning.
Okay. So you're aware of 7 keywords. Great. And anyone else?
Hi Yaswanth bro, I am
Yeah.
Mahira.
Okay.
And coming to the keywords which I am aware of is deep learning, generative AI, LLM is a large language model,
Okay.
GPT, Hugging Face, Bing AI, Line, ChatGPT, DALI, Midjourney, BARD, NLP is natural language processing and machine learning.
Great, great. So enough, like I just wanted to know like how many of you are at least aware of latest trends, but the response that I got is amazing. I'm happy that because you will help me in sharing most of the knowledge to your colleagues, I mean in this whole workshop. Great thing. Now I want to tell one thing, we might be aware of AI advancements in the recent times. It might be ChatGPT, or it might be BARD, or it might be Midjourney, or it might be any other AI tool. One thing is common, one thing quite common is artificial intelligence. Without artificial intelligence, there is no such thing here. The reason why I coined this like AI is the new electricity is because in the initial days of electricity, like while electricity is being invented and is being pushed into people, not everyone feels that electricity is a necessity. People feel like electricity is luxury because people are habituated with living without electricity. But once electricity is being pushed to the people, pushed to the world, and people started consuming it, people started depending on electricity, what happened is now no one can live without electricity. No one can't live, right? Because you need an AC, you need a fan, you need a light, you need an internet, you need everything, and everything is connected with electricity. So it is important that we cannot live without electricity. Similarly, AI is a new electricity. 2 or 3 years back, we can survive, we can sustain without artificial intelligence. It's not a necessity. But once after AI is being pushed with people, now like many of the things without our notice, we are depending on artificial intelligence. It might be shopping. How many of you will shop based on the advertisements that you receive on Instagram and Google? I hope everyone, right? So when you are scrolling through Instagram or Google, or it might be Gmail ads, or it might be any other social media that you take, you quite often see advertisements based on your browsing activity or Google searches, right? And we, without our consciousness, we use it to touch on that ads, and we need to buy, we will make our purchase decisions based on advertisements. Like sometimes like it might be real for many of you. How many of you saw a food item in your Instagram feed? It might be pizza, or it might be any other thing, and immediately I mean you thought of purchasing that or ordering that on Swiggy or Zomato. I think it has I mean I did it multiple times. I see scrolling ad or advertisement on my Instagram feed, and immediately my brain will I mean ask me to get a pizza. My stomach will ask me to get that food item. So it is quite common these days to depend on advertisements, and that is the power of AI. We all use Gmail. Sometimes like the spam section in the Gmail will get automatically filtered based on the previous activity, based on people who marked it as spam or blocked it earlier. So that is the power of artificial intelligence. And now with the ChatGPT, trust me, not everyone are using ChatGPT currently, but maybe after 6 months or 7 months, it might not be the ChatGPT, but it might be another, it might be Bard, or it might be another product from Google or Apple. We all start taking these LLM kind of things, LLM kind of apps very seriously. Even like if you can see, there were many layoffs already happening across the world. The reason is people are effectively using the artificial intelligence. If people start taking things seriously in terms of artificial intelligence, many manual jobs will get replaced by artificial intelligence. So that is for true. So it is not something I am telling here to create some fear, but it is the reality. We need to be ready in terms of using artificial intelligence, making the most out of artificial intelligence. So that is the reason why I coined this term called AI is the new electricity. I think like many were also comparing AI with multiple other things, but the reason why I used electricity, I think everyone need electricity. Without electricity, there is no life at this moment. Similarly, after 5 years or 6 years, the way the way we depend on artificial intelligence, like we cannot even live without a day. Similarly, mobile phones, right? Maybe 5 years back we can say like I can live without mobile phones, but now without using a mobile phone for a day, there is no day for us. So that is the power of that is the impact that it has created, and AI is going to be the same thing. If you can utilize the artificial intelligence opportunities in the early stages, right? Now it might be a 2024, then ultimately you will be in the race among all the competitors that will strive towards AI jobs in the future. And now how many of you are aware of industrial revolutions here? Which industrial revolution that we are in now? Can anyone tell the number? I mean, you need to know that because it's a very important thing. I will explain why you need to know about industrial revolution.
We are in industry 4.0, industrial revolution 4.0.
Okay, can anyone else? Okay, now like I will show the pictures. We are actually in 5.0. It has started already, but because of the COVID, because of other factors, like we haven't noticed the change yet. Currently, we are in the fifth industrial revolution. Do you know what the first industrial revolution is? It has started in around 1765. The first industrial revolution focused on coal. I mean, before that everyone used to work on agriculture. There is no other work apart from agriculture for majority of the people in the world. But once coal has been started, coal has been invented, then industrialization is started. So people started working on industries, people started manufacturing goods, people started importing and exporting stuff. So it has all started on like first industrial revolution. I will quickly show like what are the other industrial revolutions that are focusing. I think it is visible now. Yeah. See, if you can see here, the first industrial revolution focused on coal. The main inventions were like people started creating spinning wheels, and people started creating, inventing steam engines so that they can carry things, they can import things, they can export things using steam engines. So that happened because of coal. Coal invention was the first industrial revolution that started in European side. Of course, like India, have taken like lot of time to get that industrial revolution, but in the old, like when you compare globally, first industrial revolution started 1765, and after that second industrial revolution started around 1870. The slide that I showed previously, like AI is the new electricity, it all started there. During the phase 1870 to 1960s, there were many things which have been invented, which have been approved by people in terms of uses, in terms of habituating things. First thing is electricity. We all know like during that phase electricity has been started. So it has made many inventions. Apart from that, oil and gas also started. Even the flights, the first aircraft was invented during that age. Cars were invented, transportation has been picked up, roads were laid off. So there were many different inventions happened during the second industrial revolution. And third industrial revolution takes place during like 1969, like we started using semiconductors, large computer, VLSIs. Most of the electronic inventions have taken this place 1969. There used to be supercomputers which rely purely on semiconductors and large circuits at that time, and after 2000 internet, we all know what happened after that. Like we got this IT era, we got used to IT jobs, we got used to working using internet. So the most of the physical labor that has been created in the initial days of industrial revolution, initial years, has been converted to digital mode. People literally started working remotely even before 2020 also, and now the fifth industrial revolution is started in 2020, because we haven't noticed it, but still the impact that it has been created. Like the simple thing is, when you see all these 5 industrial revolutions, there is one common thing in all these 5 revolutions. Can anyone tell like what is that? Because it's simple, like you're looking at the image now. What is that change that happened during the start of every industrial revolution? Like I want answers from you. Yeah, I mean, take that mic on. Can anyone tell that? I think somebody is saying here. I mean, if you notice all the 5 industrial revolutions, there is one thing that has happened in the beginning of every industrial revolution.
Overall, I can say that the workload on the human is reducing.
Yeah, that's a good point. There is also other point which is similar to what you said. The thing is creation of new jobs replacing existing jobs. So that is something that has created during the beginning of every industrial revolution, and we call it industrial revolution because of the same reason. Before 1765, agriculture is something which is popular among all the people. Like if there is someone working in a house, in a family of 4 or 5, everyone will be doing agriculture. So that is the work. That is a work culture that people use it to habituate before 1765. Mostly 99% of the people. When coal brought it up, the first industrial revolution, people started realizing the importance of other work mode, that is industries, like working on industries. It might be through steam engines, or it might be through some millings, or it might be through I mean, there were many things started with the help of coal. You list few, there were many inventions that happened with the coal, starting from steam engines to even to run a machine, spinning wheel in a factory, it needs some energy, right? That energy is produced by coal. There people started moving from agriculture. Not everyone, but at least few of the people started moving from agriculture. They noticed that, so it has some opportunities to work, it has opportunities some earn, and people from the high level, they started that they create businesses based on that. It might be the industries, or it might be transportation businesses. There were many businesses that are created in the first industrial revolution. Similarly, the same happened with 1870. Oil invented, you all know, right, what oil did. It might be I mean the fossil fuels, after that petrol, diesel, whatever it might be, people started realizing the value of transportation. So that is what happened in second phase. So people started working on transport sectors, people started working on constructions, like because of the second industrial revolution, we are seeing high infrastructure roads and all those stuff. Mainly the impact is on United States at that 1870 period. Again, like that is being ruled by European Union at that time. After 1967, other thing happened is people only rely on physical labor up to 1969, but after that semiconductors have started, the electronic revolution has been started. So people started working on creating circuits, creating designs. There were many things that have happened, that have taken place in that side. Again, there is a shift of jobs, there is a change of proportion, that people working on manual jobs and artificial jobs and digital jobs. And from 2000, like you all know what happened, right? IT boom. Before 2000, no one dares, even though internet is there from 1990, computers were there before 2000, even laptops were being invented in the initial days before 2000, but not everyone is excited like how we are today, like going towards IT, going towards digital jobs. But after 2000, everyone started taking that as a boom. Because of that IT boom, everyone started taking things seriously, and now we know like what happened. Majority in India, like if you ask anyone like what is your goal, 1 out of 2 will say IT. or even though they say like they want to become a pilot or doctor, whatever it is in the childhood, but ultimately they reach to IT. So we are in that situation now. Again the change happened is like shift of jobs. Now the last thing, fifth industrial revolution. You might be hearing about layoffs from your seniors or from news. You might be hearing this term layoffs and recession quite frequently. Like companies or even like big brands are easy to take that blame towards COVID and say, people say like because of the COVID recession happened, because of the COVID layoffs are happening. It's easy to blame COVID, but the thing is COVID has really brought up the AI revolution into space. That's it. The real layoffs, the real reason for layoffs or recession is AI. But again, it's not a bad thing. Again, it's a good thing for many of us because we started taking AI seriously, because we are habituated with remote culture, we are habituated from working from home. Because of this switch, we started realizing the importance of artificial intelligence. What if we can automate things? If 100 out of 100 people are working remotely, then there is no need of office space. So it is what companies started realizing, and many of the companies have started allowing people work from home. Then because of this reason, like many felt like it was a happy thing, because we don't need to go to office from now, we can work remotely, we can stay with our family, we can meet friends, we can play games, we can watch OTT, we can manage all those things. It is what people thought in the initial days. But now what happened is, because people are getting more time, people started taking AI very seriously. So they were replacing jobs. Like in the coming parts of this presentation, I will show how AI can really impact the job market. Because like you are sitting in a college, you might not be aware of the reality. You will get to know the reality based on the news or based on the social media. But there were many other things that were happening internally that even people don't know, that they have been laid off because of AI. But it is the reality that is happening. So the new job shift is all about people who use AI effectively. They are the game changers, and people who are relying on manual jobs. If you can take the IT industry now, many of the jobs, at least in India, are manual jobs or just support jobs. Even if you enter into a good package or 15 lakh LP or 20 lakh LP as a fresher, you cracked that successfully, but still there is no guarantee that you will be allowed to work on something from scratch, because things are already built on. Especially in India, most of the MNC companies or service based companies, I can say, they rely on support, because the only thing is they need to show that they have manpower. That is how things are shaping on currently. If people rely on manual jobs, rely on support jobs, the danger is for them, because companies like they can easily laying off people in competition. Do you know the reason? The reason is not because they don't need people or they are in losses. The thing is they want to heavily invest on artificial intelligence, so they need to cut their cost somewhere. The somewhere is they will filter out all the manual jobs or support jobs that people are they no longer lead. AI will do that. Then if they feel something like that, they will lay off people. But again, no one will say that because of artificial intelligence we are laying off people. No one will say that. But the thing is, that is the reality that is happening currently. Now this is a question. I think like I want answers from majority of the people, not one or two. At least I need answers from 5 of the people. I want your opinions, mixed opinions on, will AI really replace jobs? Can anyone tell your view, like from the things that you have been aware of so far? It might be from news, or it might be through my words now, or it might be whether like your faculty or seniors will talk about AI sometimes, right? Based on your understanding about artificial intelligence, will AI replace jobs? Come on, like I need answers from at least 5. Someone raise with the hands. Can you pass it?
The work efficiency increases.
Okay. Then what about layoffs or replacing jobs? Do you think AI will have that impact?
It might be replaced.
Okay. Like what percentage that you are thinking? Like how many or what percentage of jobs that you think AI will replace? Or do you have any idea of any sector that will be completely disrupted by AI? Like take a sector, like take a industrial sector. Okay. Can anyone else have different perspectives? Yeah.
Hello. Hi, good morning, sir.
Yeah, good
I
morning.
don't think that AI will replace, but it will be something like it will be a different form in which people will be interacting and people will get more productive, more efficient, and they'll have different idea regarding the way they'll treat their work. So that's the way.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Like, do you think any industry that will be disrupted completely by AI?
Maybe the one which manual work, but
Okay.
the one which we are dealing with, which like electronics, no, I mean AI or the one which is related to computer science,
Okay.
it will be advanced, more advanced, I
Okay.
guess. And everyone will have to be up to date with the technology.
Great point. Anyone else? Yeah. There are a few hands here in the middle.
Good morning, sir. I don't think AI will replace the jobs, but the people using AI will replace the jobs.
Definitely. Great answer.
So, for example, it will take over most of the sectors.
Okay.
Now, if you take little things, like we try to do a lot just to edit a video, but
Yeah.
then if you just give it to AI, it will just completely, you will not even expect the outcome. So,
Yeah.
it will, most of the time it will take like all the sectors. It will take over the sectors.
Great. Like, what's your good name?
Akanksha.
Akanksha. Great. Anyone else have different opinions?
Well, the point is what she has mentioned, that's what I want to add on to.
Yeah.
Like there are services like customer services are there. So at the start we get to chat with people.
Yep.
So AI can replace that, and also content creation especially.
Yep.
In that we actually needed a script writer, then an editor and all of that, and that can be simplified using the like what do you say, AI.
Yep.
And script writing can be efficiently done using proper prompts.
Great. Like even like I'm a content creator, whatever you said is true. Most of my work, at least like to create a full-fledged video of 10 minutes, I need to take 2 to 3 days. It might be for writing, it might be for creating a script, or it might be getting that into production. But because of tools like ChatGPT, the time has been reduced. Even in work, many of the works that you see, because of AI tools, things will become productive. But yeah, whatever you all said are true, and whatever like Akanksha said, like it is true that AI will not replace jobs, but the thing is, person using AI effectively will definitely replace your jobs. I will tell you an example. Recently, like in one of the startup company from United States that I was following them very closely, they replaced 25 members of their support staff, like without any notice. Do you know the reason is, they, like one of the tech member, like they invented a chatbot with the help of OpenAI's API, which can handle all the support tickets instantly, and they will give the rectifications or give the responses immediately. It made the founder think, okay, so we no longer need 25 support employees, we are paying a lot. Instead of that, if we can pay at least 10% extra to this tech guy who developed a chatbot, then ultimately it will solve many of the things, like it will improve the productivity, it will increase the profits, so that they can invest that money into somewhere some development related thing. So that is true, because here like the founder is not the one who replaced all the 25 jobs or who laid off all the 25 employees, but the person who invented that chatbot, who is using the AI effectively, is a reason for that layoffs. So there were many such instances that are happening where people are laying off employees because of some smart individuals with good awareness of AI. So that is true. Definitely person using AI effectively will replace your jobs. Not only this, there are many such industries out there. Like while we move forward with the presentation, I will give you many more examples on what are the industries that are in danger, that are in a threat of getting replaced by AI. You will see that the reason why I ask many of you to interact and participate in the discussion is because if you are aware of like where we are, what industries are in danger, it might really help you in your career, like while you are taking decisions after your final year. It might be entering into a placement, or it might be you are planning to start your own venture or startup, or it might be you are planning for masters and looking for jobs abroad, anything it might be. if you have this awareness of what industries are AI prone, what industries have the threat, then ultimately it will help you take right decision. It's not that if someone, I don't want to mention the company name, but if someone offers you 10 lakh LPA just for calling people, like you just need to call people, they will offer you 10 lakh LPA and all. Like I don't want to mention name again, any of the companies with the name of business development executive or customer service executive or customer success, whatever name it might be. If you join there just because they are giving you 10 lakh LPA with I can say not really tough interviews, easy interviews, they won't bear you even for 4 to 5 months. They will just give you a reason called we no longer need or we are in losses and will replace you or just lay off the entire staff. So that won't be the case if you are actively looking into what AI can do. So yeah, it's not that the package or the placement offer that companies give, you also need to have awareness of what industries are AI prone. So that is very important. That is the reason why I asked you to promote your views here, so that people can also understand like what you are thinking about different industries. Now let's coming to the main hero of today's workshop, what is prompt engineering. I will break down this into simple steps. First of all, what do you think is a prompt? I don't like, can anyone tell in a simple line that this is what prompt is? Yeah, please. And also can anyone be ready to explain what engineering is? It's very simple because you're all pursuing that.
Communication with machines.
Sorry?
Communication with machines.
Okay, that is what you feel prompt is, right? Great. And what about engineering is, anyone? I don't want the complex Wikipedia definition of engineering. Just what do you think engineering? What do you do as an engineer?
To make complex things very easy.
Okay, it's like problem solving, you're saying. Yeah. See, the whatever you said about prompt is true, but here it's simple. Like I mean, you or your friend are talking, and someone just called you a friend. You just prompt your friend. The reason why you prompt your friend is like you want him to respond to your prompt. That is right. So in general, prompt in terms of while speaking with machines or while speaking in terms of computers, whatever it might be, prompt is all about making someone perform any action by using any gesture. It might be rubbing their shoulder, or it might be messaging them, or it might be just calling them, whatever it might be, making someone, making an individual or making a machine or making a computer do something action. That is what prompt in general. And engineering, yeah, as I said, like it's mostly it's a problem solving, but the thing is we need to use creative things. Like of course every one of you here are pursuing engineering, or at least most of you are pursuing engineering. Some might be pursuing MBAs, whatever it might be. The thing is engineering here, you study entire 4 years or 3 years or 5 years. Someone also pursue master of technology, master of engineering. What you do is you have some knowledge with you. That knowledge might be coming from your lecturers, coming from YouTube videos, coming from your textbooks, whatever the reason, you have that knowledge with you. You are ready to process that knowledge. But the thing is, just because you know that knowledge, just because you read those books, just because you understand the concepts, you will not be called as an engineer. If you are able to think creatively using the knowledge that you gained in your entire course or entire syllabus, then that is when you will be called as an engineer. You need to think. When you started thinking with the knowledge that you have, you will be called as an engineer. You don't need an engineering degree actually to become an engineer. Thinking based on the knowledge that you have, that is what in general engineering is, right? So now we know what prompt engineering is. Making here, like in terms of AI words I am speaking, making an AI tool. Let's suppose you all are familiar with ChatGPT, I believe. Making ChatGPT performing something by thinking creatively, that is what in general prompt engineering is. You might say like I will just ask something, ChatGPT will give you. Then what is so special here? The thing is, it might be initial days, or it might be for you people because you have other job to do, that is education or pursuing your academics. Prompt engineering is just simple, but in majority of the cases, in majority of the large scale decisions, or for companies or for brands, prompt engineering is cost saving thing. You are making machines to think creatively and respond to whatever the problem that you are facing. So, that is really a magic science, I can say, because even science cannot do that, but AI can do that. AI alone can do that. I will show you some ways, and you might ask me, like, we are talking about AI tools here, we are talking about prompt engineering, and the technology behind prompt engineering is generative AI. Generative AI is similar to artificial intelligence, but there is a difference. If you can see here, in general, when we talk about artificial intelligence is like mimicking the intelligence, that is it. If you see a movie called Endiran or Robo, you will see the robot, right? What that robot is like, it will enact as in human, that is it. Because of that reason, you are highly anticipated to watch that robot. But what that robot does, it will do everything that a human can do, right? It might be martial arts, it might be reading books, or it might be thinking creatively, it might be anything, any physical or mental or digital activity it will do, but humans can also do that. But the reason why robot or AI based robot is very special is because it will do everything, but human cannot do everything, but humans can do anything. So, that is the difference here. We can do anything, but we cannot do everything, but AI or robot, or AI based robots are different. They can do everything if you train them properly, and they have strong memory power than humans. So, that is the reason why we started depending on highly, and we anticipate whenever we see robots, whenever we see AI based machines, we highly exaggerate and anticipate, because that is the reason AI can do everything. But in terms of AI, to implement that AI, to create an AI based machine which can mimic human intelligence, we need a technology, and that technology that is what we call machine learning in general. In general, machine learning is just the implementation, and AI is the output that we see. There are in general two types of machine learning. There is also third type called reinforcement, but we do not need that here. Supervised and unsupervised learning are two different machine learning areas, even if you do not belong to coding background or computer science background, but it is something that will help you. Machine learning, like in general, machine learning, the name itself is there, right? We are making machines to think, we are teaching machines to think. That is what machine learning in general is. There are two types in general. First one is supervised learning. If you can take some examples, like I have A to Z alphabets, I train my machine to recognize all those A to Z alphabets, and if I show the alphabet called B and ask machine to recognize what it is, it will recognize, because it has been trained on alphabets A to Z. It knows how A looks like, how B looks like, so that it can classify it. That is what supervised learning is. It needs guidance. In general, we can also easily create machine learning, supervised learning applications. Even the another classic example is your spam folder in Gmail. So, someone blocks an email from a sender. Let's suppose you received an email and you feel like it's a spam, or it's something, a promotion kind of thing. You simply click block. Then ultimately Google will take your consideration, and if someone, like if the same sender sends the mail to another one, it will directly send that email to spam folder instead of inbox, because Google is been trained, Google's machine learning algorithm has been trained that this particular email from particular sender is marked as spam or blocked by someone. So, it should be sent to the spam folder. The thing is here, the note is here, classification. You are telling people, you are telling machines here that this is what it looks like, or this is what you should do. You are giving instructions. So, that is what in general we call supervised learning. There are many different examples out there, even the image recognition. You have Google Lens, right? If you scan something, some object, and it will give you the similar searches, similar Google searches, because Google knows that if you show an apple to Google Lens, Google's your mobile camera which is integrated with Google Lens, because it has been trained that apple will look something like this, so it will give you similar searches. It is in general what supervised learning can do, but the thing is supervised learning needs guidance. Now here we come to unsupervised learning. Here you cannot train, like there is no way that you can train a machine learning model, but you can give some data. For example, rainfall forecasting. In general, you will see in news or in social media some like weather platforms that, so okay, today at 5 p.m. there are chances that 90% of chances that it will rain today. How can they say that? I mean, we are not showing the rainfall prediction model that we are not showing the rain at 5 p.m. today, because it is not possible, because it is continuous thing. We have not passed the 5 a.m. deadline by 9 by like the current time, but still machines can predict. The reason is it has been trained with data. If clouds look like this, if there are winds something like this, then the rainfall has been happened previously. If we train machines with the data that we have, then ultimately they will take decisions based on the data that it has, the future decisions. The other thing is online advertising. I think it is something that every one of us can relate to. We will in general, like I work as a digital marketer, so I also do some paid campaigns, advertising campaigns. How it works in the back end is, we will only give some parameters, like this ad should be shown to people of age groups 18 to 24, or people who speaks Telugu, or people who have clicked similar ads previously. We will only tell the algorithm to perform to show ads to people who match my criteria or demographics. If people are based out of Vijayawada or people are based out of Andhra Pradesh, then only you show these ads, otherwise don't show. This is what the instructions that in general we give to advertising models, and based on the inputs that it has, it will classify people and it will show it to similar audience. Even though you click the similar ad, how can the machine knows it is a similar ad? Because it has the data, it has the knowledge of who are the users who clicked that ad previously, and it will predict that, okay, so he is a kind of user who always searches for food in Instagram. So if we show food ads to him, ultimately there are chances that he will click and purchase. It is how machines think in unsupervised learning. So now you know like what machine learning in general is, not at least in the high level. Now what is generative AI? These two machine learning types will promote artificial intelligence. If you build a supervised learning model, it will enable or it will get the artificial intelligence to that. If you train unsupervised learning, still it will do the same. But what about generative AI? It's a mix of both. There is a small difference between AI and generative AI. The thing is, it can do the both. Like take an example of tools like ChatGPT. You tell ChatGPT something and give you answers based on that, it will do that. Also, if you ask ChatGPT something and think based on the data that you have, it will still do that. So that is the reason why generative AI is becoming more popular these days than traditional AI. Like you get this difference, right? In general, artificial intelligence rely on supervised learning and unsupervised learning, which is a part of machine learning. But generative AI is a mix of both. It can become a supervised learning algorithm. It can also become an unsupervised learning algorithm. Whatever it is, like it will take your input and process that, like what model should use, what way that I should think. It will decide that by its own. You don't need to teach that. You don't need to give any guidance. So that is the reason why generative AI is popular. Now we coming to other tools like ChatGPT or Midjourney. There are many different tools out there. They again rely on another technology called LLM. I also showed that in the beginning, and some of you already said you know LLM. Now I want to know the answer from someone who said they know LLM. I think someone there, like you, yeah. I don't want like exact answer, but the knowledge that you have towards LLM.
The best thing I know about LLM is something like a large language model. The language model which has been trained upon a huge amounts of data, and that thing is referred as a large language model.
I think exactly that is what LLM in general is. Like you said it. In general, there are. If you ask me, like if there is an LLM, then there is SLM, short language model. Yes, there are. All the models that we use for chatbot. Suppose most of the websites that you go here, every website is now maintaining a chatbot, right? If you answer anything related to their product, it will answer. Even Swiggy or Zomato support, or even Amazon support. Sometimes you will be redirected to auto chat, right? Not a representative will not be assigned in the initial things. Only when needed, they will assign a manual executive. But the thing is, they will only answer, the chatbots will only answer based on the data that it has been trained, and it is impossible for any of those companies like Swiggy or Zomato or even Amazon, I can say, to train on everything. If you ask something irrelevant to their product or their platform or their business, chatbots cannot answer. They will simply say something like I cannot understand, or please contact your representative, something like this. They are all short language model. They have been trained with some documents, that's it. Let us suppose I prepare a FAQ frequently asked questions document, and I will train my chatbot. It will answer based on the document that it has. But large language models are different. They have been trained with billions of parameters, billions of search results, billions of queries that you ask every day. So, it can answer everything based on that, and the back end of building LLMs is natural language processing. In general, natural language processing, the name itself, it's simple. It can understand. If you build a model which can understand your language, which can understand what you are trying to say, it's what we call natural language processing. In general, most of the chatbots that you say, they are all built based on NLPs, right. So, large language models, like the backend is same NLPs, but here let us suppose you take an example of ChatGPT. It has been trained with almost like all the text data that is there in the world until September 2021. Again, if you ask me why ChatGPT will not fetch the current data, current news, because again it is a robot, it is a knowledge machine. Let us suppose if some of you read 10 books, you will remember only those 10 books, right. If there is something which is happening parallelly related to the technology, you will not know that until you see somewhere, because you are just from the books that you have. Similarly, ChatGPT read all the books in the world. Let us suppose, let us treat ChatGPT as someone who reads all the books in the world, all the blogs, all the resources out there. It has knowledge. Now it can solve any problems with the knowledge that it has. I already said in the, my earlier, only when you solve anything creatively using the knowledge that you have. Similarly, prompt engineer, when you call someone a prompt engineer, he is someone who can make AI to solve anything based on the knowledge that AI has. Here you do not need a knowledge, you only need a knowledge of interacting with machines, that is it. Here the ChatGPT will act as someone, on behalf of your place, but it will solve anything. The thing is, it is impossible for human to solve everything, right. As I said previously, we can solve anything but not everything, but machines are different. Machines can solve everything if we provide them good resources, if we provide them decent data, decent servers, decent resources. OpenAI has been like working since like 5 to 6 years to create something called ChatGPT. It is not that ChatGPT invented on December 2022, it was invented 4 to 5 years back, but the model has been trained perfectly only at December 2022. That is the reason why we are able to get to know about it. It takes rigorous process. It is not something which is easy to build something like ChatGPT, you know, right. More than OpenAI, Google has more chances to build something like ChatGPT, but Google failed to do that because Google has all the data. Google knows everything about you, like when do you wake up, when do you sleep, what are the activities that you do, what are the places that you travel, what are the pictures that you click. Google knows everything, because when you open your mobile, every app is associated with Google, and if you are using Android, you are lucky because Android itself is from Google. So it knows everything. As long as we are using mobiles, Google will track everything, but still Google can't able to create something like ChatGPT. So you might now understand like what is the difficulty in creating such models. So that is the reason why even though there is bad, but still ChatGPT is highly rated and highly spoken, because OpenAI did that. OpenAI, even without knowing you completely, but still it is able to provide information like whatever you ask. So that is the power of LLMs like OpenAI's ChatGPT, or the model itself, the GPT. Now like you understand like what LLMs are. LLMs are the backend behind any generative AI technology that we are seeing. I think you all also aware of Midjourney, right? Recently it's an image sensation. Whatever we ask, whatever we imagine, we will see that in the image. Like one thing you might have commonly seen in all my slides is that my image in different avatars. So that is like I created using Midjourney. I think of something like I want to drive an aircraft and I ask Midjourney, it will give me that image. So it is that much easy. You might have seen all those in some fantasy movies and some Harry Potter based thing, but now it is reality. It is a reality with the help of generative AI. Slowly we are not realizing it because we are habituating. But if you ask someone who is not using internet since 2 to 3 years, and if you suddenly show him or show her ChatGPT or Midjourney, he will be amazed, because we are habituating with technology. Does someone raise a hand? You can stop me like whenever you feel like you have any questions or interruption. Yeah. And AI tools like ChatGPT or Midjourney. Now, why we need prompt engineering? Like as I said, Harry Potter has some stick in his hand. He can perform spells using the stick, right? So he can imagine something, or he want to do something, and he will just use his stick. He will perform the magic. The reason why we need prompt engineering is because if you want to perform same magic using AI tools, the stick here or the spell stick that Harry Potter uses is prompt engineering for us, at least. Like now, like we will do a small activity. I want 4 from, I can say 4 from this side or 4 from this side. I want 8 people to come onto the stage. Let us do a small activity which will get you know about why we need prompt engineering. I think volunteer yourself, like 8 people I want. Yeah, you can come, you can just come. Like it is going to be interesting. Yeah, I am not going to ask you any questions, so do not worry about that. It is just an activity. I just need 8 volunteers. Come on. Still we need 3. Yeah. See, taking initiation is something which is very underrated skill these days. So it's very important to adapt yourself to that. I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think we have 8. So stand like 4 that side, 4 this side. I think we need 1 more. Yeah. Can anyone go that side? I think give that mic, the other mic. Thank you. No, like what I want to do is like, can you stand in a line once, facing towards them, and the same. Now let's start from here. What I want to do is like, know his favorite thing, and there are 2 rules for this. You only need to ask him once, and if you fail to do that, you need to leave. That's it. You only need to ask him once. Know his favorite things. That is the only thing that I am giving you input. Know his favorite things, and like remember, only one message. You only need to ask him once. Like start your conversation. I think, can you put it closer?
Oh, sir. Tell me about all your favorite things.
Like give him the mic. Like whatever you understand from his question, answer based on that.
It's actually a random question. We have many things to actually write. So I would like to answer chess, Prabhas, and movies, and sports.
Okay, now you can leave. You both can leave. Pass the mic to other. You both can leave. Like he is thinking more than an AI robot. Do you know what the problem with this conversation? Because he asked his prompt is tell me your favorite things. That's it. Is not specific. So that is the reason why he said like just a random question. Like according to it is right, because you get the wrong question. Now do the same with him.
Tell me the things you like.
I like coding, sports,
Okay, now you can leave. Sai. The other mistake is the same mistake again. He just asked what are your favorite things, but both of these guys, I mean, they never tried to ask or get more information from that. They are just depending on tell me your favorite things. If you ask the same to ChatGPT, give me everything about this, it will give you some random answer, right? Like I want you to try differently. That's the question is same. You need to get her favorite things, but try in a different way. Like apart from the first two guys, you try to do that in a different way.
Maybe what you like to do the most. Dancing in free time. Dancing in free time. Dancing.
That's it. It ended like only one message, so you can leave now. Again, you notice the similar pattern. She asked again, what are the things you like? One thing, like still 3 people missed the only one thing. At least I hope you will try this time.
Most of the things you like to do, your interests, your hobbies.
Like what you asked in the end? Okay.
Playing games, dancing, and watching reels, like watching on foot.
Okay. That's it? Okay. When you compare the 3 to the 4th one, the only difference that you can see is, anyone tell the difference for the, like, the goal? I mean, she asked something, right? What do you think is the difference when you compare the first 3 questions and the 4th question? She tried to be specific. In the end, she asked like, what are your hobbies, right? I just gave the random prompt, like get favorite things from an opposite person. First one, like tried to ask the same question, what are your favorite things, and second one tried to ask the same question in a different tone, but nevertheless the question is same, and even the third person tried to do the same thing, but the fourth person here tried to become little bit specific. If one of the member tried to ask like, what do you like to do most during your free time, or which television show that you like to watch, here I just asked get him or get her favorite things. That is, I never told what favorite things that I am mentioning to. So it's your imagination to think and ask anything. You might ask anything. Who is your best friend? What is your favorite snack? What is your favorite chocolate? Whatever you can ask, but you just take my prompt and ask the same. So if you do that with ChatGPT or Midjourney, you are not the special. You are not the prompt engineer. I think the reason why I called upon these people is just to give you some idea about what a real prompt engineer will actually do and why do we need prompt engineer. You might say ChatGPT can answer, right? So if you ask what are your favorite things, a similar thing to ChatGPT, a broad question, it will answer based on few things. Consider ChatGPT as a person. If you ask what are your favorite things, it might list you based on like what the first guy said, like I am a Pragas fan, I am so and so and all, but you can ask the questions later on. But the problem is, if it's only ChatGPT, it's a free version that we are using, it is fine. But for organizations, or if you think in a high level way, even wasting 1 or 2 seconds will give them some cost of dollars, some hundreds and thousands of dollars. So the reason why people highly rate prompt engineering is because the art of asking. You need to know what should be asked. If you just ask ChatGPT random question, everyone can do that. Even if you give a mobile phone to someone who is illiterate and he just knows English, because everyone these days can type English, can talk English at least in a basic way because of social media or because of the television. So anyone can ask these kind of small questions. If I tell them get to know favorite things of so and so person, anyone can ask. But the thing is, you need to show the difference. At least if you have asked 2 or 3 favorite things, then you are ahead of others, right? Similarly, we need prompt engineering because we need to know how to talk with machines correctly, at least generative AI machines correctly. That is the reason we need prompt engineering, because as I said, AI is dominating. As I said, person using effectively will definitely replace people who are not effectively using AI. But how can a person use AI effectively? By knowing how to ask or how to deal with AI machines properly. As I continuing with the previous conversations, AI is dominating definitely. Like even our careers will have an impact in the future. Businesses are already suffering an impact, but how to safeguard, how to safeguard our career in AI dominance. If you are out of campus, you are ready to start your job, ready to start your role, what you tell yourself, like if you want to create a difference when compared to your peers, if there is layoff going, a company want to lay off 10 employees out of 20 that they have, how can you become the rest 10 who are not going to get affected by layoffs? You need to show that difference, right? In this, especially in this AI era world, you need to be at least one. The first thing, build effective AI solutions. If you are someone who can build effective AI solutions, then no one can stop you, because sky is the limit for you to operate the world, like how ChatGPT is doing currently. But not everyone can code, not everyone can understand technicalities of AI. So the other way is use AI effectively. It is easy, right? You don't need to learn coding, you don't need to work on multiple technologies, you don't need that, right? You just need to know some awareness on how to use AI tools effectively, that's it. Because it's not an education, it's a basic necessity using AI tools. Like no one, I believe like no one taught you how to use mobile phones, right? Maybe in your childhood, people, you might be witnessed with some basic mobiles, Nokia mobiles or something, but when time passes, you have a smartphone in your hand, no one is teaching you do this thing, use this app for something, no, right? You know how to install apps, you know how to browse through social media, no one is teaching. Even your parents might not be aware of many of the social media trends these days, but you are aware of it, because that's something which is in your hand every time. Similarly, AI is something, using AI tools is something that no one should have to teach you. No, you don't need a subject in your curriculum or college to get that in your mind. You just need some awareness, or the way you use social media. You might use social media for entertainment, some use social media to get some knowledge. Similarly, you use artificial intelligence to make your things done, that's it. The reason, like maybe in the beginning of this workshop or beginning of this session, I asked someone, I asked you casually, like how many of you did freelancing in your careers? Only few raised the hands. The reason is, if you have something to do, then ultimately you will use AI tools. It might be freelancing, or it might be content creation, or it might be any way that you are using artificial intelligence to earn money, then ultimately you will get the importance of it. So that is the reason it's important to do something with the AI. If you just keep asking ChatGPT random questions without doing anything for you, without solving any of your problem, then ultimately you will never learn tools, you will never learn AI tools. You will only get to know if you are using them anywhere. If you feel like, oh, I can use ChatGPT to reduce my assignment time, to reduce my work, to save some time. If you get this feeling, then ultimately you will use in a more active way. So that is the reason. If you are not one, at least become two. If you are one, then definitely you know how to do the second. But this session or this workshop is mostly to use the second one, because not everyone can build effective AI solutions. If you are building AI solutions, then you are lucky, because no one can stop you. You will be having more demand in the future. But the second one, at least you will fall in the top 10% of people that companies will look for, businesses will look for. Or businesses in the sense, I am not just talking about jobs here. The reason why I am saying businesses, even if you are a freelancer, even if you are an entrepreneur, you are selling products to someone, right? Again, businesses needs to buy, brands need to buy your products. That is what we call B2B. Or if you build something which you can directly sell products to people, again people need to consider, right? Whatever you do in your career, if you want to earn money, you need to impress the second person. You need to impress the second person. That is essential, right? So if you can use AI effectively, then there are more chances that you will be ahead of the curve. So that is the reason we need prompt engineering. And if we need to safeguard our career in AI dominance, we definitely need to know how to use AI effectively. Now let's coming to the main thing here, the ChatGPT. There are many AI tools out there, but I want to show a few AI tools which will like promote the prompt engineering. Like these are the tools which are coined this whole prompt engineering. Because of these inventions, we are now witnessing ChatGPT or Midjourney or any other AI tools. Because of this, we are now here, right? Without ChatGPT, it might take another 1 year or 2 years, because ChatGPT came into existence on December 2022. Immediately in a month or two, Google announced that it is coming with a Bard. Still there are some problems, it rectified, it came back, and there were many different big giants like Apple or Microsoft. Microsoft itself is trying to build complete Windows Copilot. In general, it's like ChatGPT for your complete laptop. There were many AI inventions that are coming. We will witness that in the coming days. The reason is ChatGPT has taken the initiation of coming up something with this innovative idea. Then like there is a Midjourney. They are also doing very actively, because earlier also companies were working on AI, but they are not showing, because they feel like if we announce a beta version or if we announce that we are working on something, our competitors steal our idea. Because without any pressure, OpenAI is just a normal company. The only reputation OpenAI has is Elon Musk has invested something in OpenAI. That is the only reputation that it has previously. Even though it's working on some amazing solutions, it is not that much popular as Google or Amazon or Microsoft, right? But still it came up with this initiation, and like maybe next AI tool or next AI revolution might come from any of you sitting here. We cannot say, right? So that is the reason, like we need to look into what actually ChatGPT is, because if you can use ChatGPT effectively, you can use any other AI tool. It is based on GPT again. So I will now share my screen and show you many different things that you can do with ChatGPT. In general, there were many different prompts, many different prompt styles out there. Like I will go one by one. If you have laptops or if you are even the mobile, if you want to try, you can, or otherwise you can try it later. But the thing is, I want to show like what are the different ways that you can use ChatGPT. So that is my intention here. The first way is using descriptive prompts. There are many styles of using ChatGPT or prompting. The first way, it's a very simple way, simple and direct. Like how three of the people asked their, opposite people, what are your favorite things? It's very direct question, right? Similarly, if you ask something like this, it will, like let me open ChatGPT once. I think it's visible. So use the same example. I'm just asking write a poem on prompt engineering. I'm not just asking anything specific here. This is direct prompt. This is just a descriptive prompt which is very direct. Now see what ChatGPT will give. It's using some blah blah blah, but it's giving very large poem which we don't actually need this much poem. Like if you want to write a poem about something, will you write something like this? No, right? Because that is what descriptive prompts or direct prompts in general is. You just ask ChatGPT to do something, you will not think much about that. It is a naive prompts, I can say, because only beginners can ask prompts something like this. This is one type of prompt. Sometimes if you want to get definitions of something, let's try a definition of like we are talking about generative AI, right? So it's just direct, like I'm not using any complex word, I'm just asking what is generative AI. Simple, like if you can see, it's giving a whole lot of information. It is similar to Google search in general. Descriptive prompts are similar to Google searches. If you ask what is generative AI in Google, it will give you probably the same answer, or it will redirect you to some Wikipedia page with the same content, right? Here the problem descriptive prompt is it is not specific and it is completely broad. You don't need a ChatGPT actually to try these descriptive prompts or direct prompts, because even if you ask Google these kind of questions, it will give. Now let's go to another type of prompts. Instructive prompts. Here, like you are asking ChatGPT to follow your instruction. So let's try something. Like you want ChatGPT to follow your instruction to do something. Let's use the same prompt, like what is generative AI, but in a different way. I'm asking, can you explain generative AI? Assuming I'm an 8-year-old. in 3 lines. This is the extension of descriptive prompt that we tried earlier. Again the question is same, the main intention is getting to know about what is generative AI, that is the intention here, but I am adding few more things here. Assume that I am an 8-year-old, so you need to give an answer in such a way that even 8-year-old can understand. And the other thing is I don't want the large paragraph or long answer, I just want that in 3 lines. Now let's see like what ChatGPT has in store for us. See, it just gave me 2 lines. Generative AI is like a magic art kit that can make new pictures, stories or songs all by itself. It learns from what it has seen before to make something new and cool. It's like a robot artist. If you can see, there are no complex words used here. Magic art kit, 8-year-old can relate to that. And if you can see robot, artist, songs, pictures, stories, they are using some beginner friendly words that 8-year-old can understand. Like this is what instructive prompt is. You are giving your prompt by adding some instructions. Then it is what the real prompting is. If you follow the similar old style that I have shown, like just give generative AI, it's not a prompting technique. It is the prompting technique in general. Even if consider your friend while you are preparing for exam, like just in your book you might see a definition of something, but if you ask your friend to teach me in a simple words, your friend might teach you well than the book or than the lecturer, because he knows that in which way that you can understand. That is how instructive prompts work. It is like your friend. If you are using instructions to ChatGPT to give you response based on that, it is instructive prompt, just like your friend, because your friends knows in which way that you can understand better. That is instructive prompt. We will go to next set of prompts. Brainstorming prompts. It's like you are discussing about starting an event. Let's suppose might be like Gagan or someone, like they reached out to me for this workshop. They might have their own set of people who will take decisions based on that. Like they need to sit and they need to discuss that, like okay, so we are conducting a workshop, like what is the plan, like how can we start, how to bring registrations, like all these things, like they need to sit and discuss. So which topic would be better, like prompt engineering, like is it trending, is it really worth people will come to it, like these are all, like they will do all this brainstorming before making this event live, right. So it is what in general brainstorming is. You need to discuss something with ChatGPT to get the most out of it, not just asking. We will also see how it works. Let's suppose I will tell ChatGPT a problem and I will see like what are the possible solutions kind of thing. Let's suppose one of the most common problem is like mobile phone addiction. Let's suppose mobile phone addiction is a problem and I am discussing with ChatGPT to get rid out of that problem. I am just asking, I am suffering from mobile phone addiction. And now I am not just asking solution directly. What do you think, or why do you think I am facing this? Instead of asking the solution directly, I am discussing with ChatGPT, because once you start brainstorming with ChatGPT or generative AI tool, it will understand you better, it will give you prompts in a more accurate way. Now it's giving me some whole paragraph. I am really sorry to hear that you are struggling. Yaswanth, while I am not a healthcare professional, mobile phone addiction is a common issue that many people face. It can happen for various reasons, and it's giving me 5 reasons why I might be facing mobile phone addictions. Let's suppose I said 5 is my reason, habitual use, 5 is my reason. Give me ways to get rid out of it. Now I am asking the solution. You can still carry this conversation to 3 to 4 steps. If you feel like those 5 reasons are not your reasons, you have any other reasons, you can tell like these are not my reasons and all. But if you can see, I asked ChatGPT to give me the reason so that I can understand, okay, this is the reason why I am suffering from mobile phone addictions. I might have not known that because of habitual addiction, because of the habit that I have developed, I am facing this addiction now. I might not be aware of that, but because I am discussing with ChatGPT, I got to know the new points. Okay, these are 5 common reasons why I am doing it. and I asked it like how to get rid out of it. It gave me few things: set boundaries, create physical and mental distance, replace the habit, monitor and track, seek support from someone. So these are all the possible ways. If you want to get know about how to seek support, it will still give you information. It's like carrying a discussion by sharing more details about you. It's more what brainstorming prompts is. You can still carry out a discussion, you can talk with ChatGPT for hours, it will give you more meaningful answers, might be effective than your friends or family members, because if you tell more, it will understand, it will act as someone who is psychologically a specialist, so that it will give you answers. Not only this, it might be anything related to tech, it might be related to a problem that you are facing in your academics, it might be a startup idea. If you want to start a business, or it might be a food business, you can directly ask ChatGPT, or you can try whatever you wish to. Like, I want to start a food business in Vijayawada. What are the best possibilities that I can start with zero investment or low investment? It will give you options. What kind of items that I can sell. You can continue this conversation something like this until you feel you get satisfied. It's what in general brainstorming prompts will look like. Now let's see other type of prompts. Learning prompts. It's important, like especially as a student. I mean, learning is something that you might be using ChatGPT a lot. So it is the reason you need to know how to ask the learning prompts. I think I will show some that I have tried, or I will, yeah. Okay, let's start from scratch. Let's suppose like you want to learn machine learning. Just tell ChatGPT that I want to learn machine learning. Again, if you are passing through the prompt difficulties, you need to maintain the consistency again. Here, if you want to learn machine learning, also give instructive prompt in the same prompt, also ask it to brainstorm, then learn. Instructive or learning prompts is a combination of all the 3 prompts that you have tried previously. I am asking, I want to learn machine learning. I am giving some instructions here. I am a beginner with no coding experience. How to start? Not giving too many instructions, but I just expressed my machine learning knowledge, or expressing that I am a beginner, and it's giving me this information. It's giving me steps, because I said how to start, it's giving me step by step. Now if you want to get one, let's suppose, because I said I don't have any coding knowledge, it's giving me the step 1, like learn basic programming. Teach me step 1. I'm just giving direct prompt here, not instructive prompt, because it gave me some information. I'm just giving direct prompt, like teach me step 1. It's suggesting that Python is an obvious choice for machine learning. Of course it is, and it's suggesting that you need to have knowledge of Python first, because you were not aware of Python so far, any programming knowledge so far. It's giving me from scratch to bottom, that setting of Python, how to start, like, because it is a step 1 learning a programming language, it's giving me some steps to download Python, practice with basic syntax. Now because it gave me about some information about Python, instead of proceeding with that, because your intention is to learn here, right, I can say, can you explain basic syntax, because the first step here is basic syntax. I am asking it to explain more clearly. Again it will process that, and it will give more information, detailed information. This is basically for learning. Whatever the ChatGPT will give, you cannot blindly note that down and believe that it is the end of your learning. No, you need to ask questions based on that, because as long as you deep dive into a particular step, you will get to know more information. It might not be the same thing. You might, if you want to learn some arts, or it might be 3D design, or it might be any other creative skill that you wish to learn, or graphic design or video editing, whatever it might be. If you give the right prompts that I want to learn this, how to do that, it will give you all those things, download this and all. I am not aware of it, how to do that, what are the resources that I can learn. It will give you the best possible things, because most of the learning should come from deep diving into each step that ChatGPT will give you. Like this is how, I mean, in general you can learn learning prompts. The one thing that I can say is, the more you practice with ChatGPT regarding learning, the more you get better at it. It's not that I mean, just copy this prompt and do every time. No, it's not how it works, because sometimes you might realize that, okay, if I ask something like this, it is giving me in a more accurate way. Then you feel like, okay, so this is how we should go on from now. You will set yourself a platform to try ChatGPT in a more efficient way only when you start practicing every single day, or every single need of you. Try depending on ChatGPT from now, so that you can become better at learning prompts. Now we have seen 4 different prompts, right? From now, like, we will see some more creative prompts, work prompts. Let's suppose you are working as a software engineer at some place, you have some issue with us. In general, if you are a software engineer, the go-to platform previously was Stack Overflow. People used to search that on Google, whatever the error that they have, and it will give you answers based on the previous discussions. But now you don't need that, because ChatGPT can understand. ChatGPT can understand programming language as well. So for work prompts are general. They don't used to be descriptive or instructive or brainstorming and all, because you need that to happen in a very quick time. If I am facing an error in my work, I want that to be fixed very quickly. So in those cases, you can use work prompts. Let's consider, like, I mean, I create content. So I have a doubt on related to my work on content creation. I will ask ChatGPT a simple thing. Can you suggest some video ideas on digital art for my YouTube channel? Like, I want to create videos now for my work purpose, or whatever it might be, or if you are working for some other brand or some other topic that you pick, it will get you information based on what you have asked. Because I asked digital art is my topic, it's giving me few ideas, like choose these titles, digital art for beginners, or choosing the right software, or speed art videos, creating digital portraits. Like, there were many different titles out there it has suggested. If you are not satisfied with that, you can still ask many I mean, reverse prompts, or you can discuss with that I mean, I don't need this, I want to focus on something specific. It can still give you that. So these are basically work prompts. Not only this, you can try, let's suppose, let's take an example of an SEO, search engine optimization. Can you suggest some techniques to improve the website quality in general? Like, I want to know, like, how a website should look like in general, so that it can attract visitors, or so that people can browse through I mean, larger times. I want to know those techniques in general. I just asked it, and it's giving me, like, you need to focus on all these things, so that your website will have more quality and people will love your website. It's giving me a whole lot of things. Similarly, like, it might be any work. The thing is, work prompts in general, they might not be instructive, because people don't have time. Like, because I have some time, I am asking it in a more detailed way. But if it's an error in your programming projects or development projects, you can just ask directly, write, so, okay, I am facing this error, please help me resolve this issue. That's it. Or if you have a case study to work on, like if you are an MBA graduate and you have a case study or thesis to present, just ask that, I want to know about the e-commerce trends in India. Just ask that, and it will give you all the existing trends. It might be used for your research work. So any work it might be, like research prompts or something like that. We in general, if we have a problem in mind, then only we will go for it. So we know what to ask. It is different from descriptive prompts, but it's not completely instructive or brainstorming. If needed, we will use the mix of everything. But the thing is, for work prompts, we know what problem that we are solving. Mostly like in general people are using only for work. 70% of people who are using ChatGPT are using for work, and they are saving a lot of time by using this. Now this is interesting, role play prompts. These are very important, because sometimes ChatGPT, like whatever you ask, ChatGPT will consider itself an expert on everything and give you generic answers. But you want an expert to solve your problem, like you want only a software developer with 5 years of experience need to listen to you and solve your problem. You don't want the ChatGPT to think in a generic way. Then you can ask ChatGPT to play a specific role. Let's suppose now, let's suppose I am asking as act as a software developer with 5 years of experience. And help me or any error like related to software. You might not relate to this example if you are not from IT, but still anything, like I am just asking ChatGPT to act as a software developer, that is it, and help me how to get rid of exception errors in Java. So this is what I am asking. You can try anything, because if you are working on something, if you are an artist, you are learning about arts, you are learning about 3D arts something, then you can ask ChatGPT like act as a 3D design expert or visual artist or digital artist with so and so experience, and give me answer based on that, because it might be different if you ask it in a generic way, because in general if you ask someone who knows multiple technologies to answer something, he might give his own version. But if you ask someone, like let's suppose an example, like if your faculty might be teaching you many subjects, if you ask him a specific doubt on some programming or some semiconductors or some whatever it might be, operating systems, whatever, he will tell you based on the academic knowledge that he has, the experience teaching with people or dealing with people. But if you ask the same question to someone who is building operating systems by his own, then ultimately you will find the difference, right? So it is in general, if you ask ChatGPT direct questions, it will act you like your professor. He knows everything so that he can answer. But if you ask ChatGPT in this way by using role play prompts, you will find a different answer. See, it gave me a whole lot of information. It gave me, like, firstly, because it will act as a, in the initial line it's showing that with 5 years of experience in software development, I can tell you that exception handling is a crucial part of writing robust Java applications. Here's how you can manage exception errors effectively. It's in the first line itself, it is telling that with 5 years of experience I am telling this, because it has all the knowledge, that is something that you know, it knows everything about Java. But how to think and respond to you, it is something that you need to tell ChatGPT. You can also tell that as a beginner, tell me, or act as a beginner and tell me how to solve this error. It will tell in a different way. It will think like a beginner who just learns the Java or just learns the programming. But if you ask that act as a 5-year expert, then ultimately it will tell you in a different way. The complexity, you are choosing the complexity here, what kind of expertise that you need. If you are just preparing for exams, you don't need an expert, you just need a beginner level, because then only you can understand. But if you are working in real time, you might need this. These are in general what we call role play prompts. Now I don't know, like how many of you here are using ChatGPT Plus? Anyone using here ChatGPT Plus? I believe most of you are using ChatGPT free version, but still it's okay. In general, if you are working in real time, you might need ChatGPT Plus, otherwise it's still fine. But there are two different features in ChatGPT Plus which actually made the difference to ChatGPT. I just want to show them, even though you don't have the chance to try it now, but still listen to it, because maybe when you enter into work or when you feel like you are doing freelancing and earning money, you can afford that 2000 INR ChatGPT Plus subscription. Then I mean, after listening to it, you will see, okay, these are the things that it can do for me. Advanced data analysis is a future of ChatGPT. Earlier it was named as code interpreter. It has been now changed to advanced data analysis. If you select a new chart in general in ChatGPT, you will have the option to choose between GPT default or browse with Bing. If you want internet access, you can do that. or you can use plugins, or you can use DALI 3. It is for image generation, but I don't recommend it. It is not really efficient, but the above 4 are nice. And I am choosing advanced data analysis here. I am going to the extra feature that you will get in advanced data analysis in ChatGPT Plus subscription is it has the icon called plus there, right? You can upload anything to that. You can upload documents, you can upload images and ask questions based on that. It can read your data and it will answer based on that. Let's suppose, let's create a small Excel sheet for now with some data, because I thought of uploading a CSV file or Excel sheet with some random names. Let's suppose I am just writing few names here, give the column name first. Or just give names, random names, A with 28. Just let's say let's take 10 names here. If you have any Excel sheet with you, or you can try, or if you are not using ChatGPT Plus, it's fine. Just see this for a few seconds. I'm just writing this down. Okay, now I have I'm written down some names here. Okay, so now my Excel sheet is ready. I am just downloading it. This is just to test the code analysis, the data analysis feature. Now I just downloaded the Excel file. Now let's go back to the code interpreter or advanced data analysis here. Using the plus icon, I am now uploading this. I have uploaded this, and I will ask code the ChatGPT data analysis few things like can you describe this Excel sheet, or you can also ask can you summarize. I mean, I don't know what's inside the Excel sheet. Let's suppose you have an Excel sheet, but you don't know what's inside, and I just uploaded that. And I am giving ChatGPT data analysis feature to work on this. I just want to know what's inside the Excel sheet. You can also see the back end of like what it's doing. It is performing machine learning task using Python in the back end, but you don't need to know about that because it will take care of that. It's showing like the high level features. The Excel sheet has a single worksheet named sheet. It contains two columns, name and age. It is a quick summary of the data set, number of rows 5 and number of columns 2. Now I will ask like how many names fall under age 30. It's saying like there are 3 names in the data set where the age is less than 30. I said can you generate a pie chart based on the data. Now I am asking it to do the visualization part. like it now gave me a pie chart with people under 30, I mean number of people under 30 in terms of percentages, number of people between 30 to 59, number of people who are above 60. See, you can also ask it to perform in another different chart, bar chart or line chart or whatever it might be, or if you feel that the data is not sufficient. One thing you should remember is whatever ChatGPT said is not true. You need to recheck, you need to cross verify, you need to ask the questions, is it true or is it accurate, a kind of thing. Then only you will get to know the better from ChatGPT. Here, like you know, right, what is the power of data analysis here? In general, all these tasks will be performed by data analyst in a company, not these basic tasks using Excel. But if it is a heavy task, it has all the data of, like, let us suppose 1 lakh names or 1 lakh parameters, then it is impossible for us to just go through all the names and read and classify them, right. But if you just upload the document and ask it, it will do that. So, that is the power of like this future called the advanced data analysis. In general, in works many were using it. In general, in my work I am using it for presentations. Sometimes you might need to present some reports to your team in your work, during your work. You might need to create some pie charts based on the data that you have, or you need to create some bar charts based on that. You just upload whatever data that you have and ask it. Let us suppose, like I will show a few things that I did with this. Or this is one thing that I have did previously. Like I uploaded another document and asked it to classify. It gave me, like in general, I uploaded a document with a list of 100 AI tools. I uploaded this document and I want data analysis. I just asked it like analyze the file, and it gave me the high level stack. It has 4 documents what you want, and when followed all those things, it gave me, it has 5 different tags. Like it's a huge data set, so it's not a simple thing as we see now. It also classifies, like these are all the things that are available in the Excel file. Under audio there are 4 tools, under business there are 16 tools. It's a big document. It classified by its own, and it gave me all the list of tools, at least the list of high level data that it has. And it gave me a pie chart, like when I asked it to classify it more and ask the pie chart, it gave me. So, for huge documents, for work purposes, you can use data analysis feature in a more better way, because in a minute, in less than a minute, you can get some easy analysis easily. Now, like let's go back to another different prompts. Like there is another feature called plugins in ChatGPT, which is also quite amazing features, because there were some limitations with ChatGPT in general. The one thing is it cannot access the internet directly. In free version it cannot access internet, right. But with the help of some plugins using ChatGPT, you can cross those limitations. You can create presentations using those plugins. You can create faceless videos using that. There were many different plugins. Let's see like what's in store in plugins. Here, like you need to choose plugins here. There were many different plugins out there. There is one thing called link reader, access link, keyword explorer, or there is a plugin store. Like you can see all the plugins that it has. If you are a Plus user, then it might be good for you to check it out, all these things, what are the plugins available and what each plugin does. Like you will also get this information. Like I will just have downloaded a few plugins here. You just need to go to the plugin store and just click install. I am just using link reader plugin now. In general, the problem with ChatGPT is it cannot access even links. You cannot paste a link and ask it to access internet, because it don't have that capability. Now let's suppose anything, like let's open any website and get an article. So just copy any of the link from internet, and I am asking ChatGPT's. Now I am using plugins. I have selected the plugins here, and it has access to link reader as well. Now here, using link reader, summarize this blog post in a single paragraph. And I am now giving a link here. In general, I mean, it would be helpful when you are learning something and you don't want to read the complete document or complete blog, because you do have less time. You want to understand what it is in a simple words or simple paragraphs, then it would be helpful. It gave me like okay, the blog post from so and so recommends 5 essential books for programmers aiming to excel in coding interviews, and it's also giving me the book names here. In this way, like, you can just use plugins to ask whatever you want, and it will do that. It will summarize, and there were many different plugins as well, which will, like, if you want to explore, there were many different plugins out there. There are hundreds of plugins out there. Each will perform a unique thing. The thing is, you can integrate other features which ChatGPT cannot do using this plugin store. So that is the reason why plugin section will also add some value. In general, like, these two are additional features in ChatGPT Plus. If you feel like you are earning some money through it, it might be through freelancing or job, then it makes sense to have a ChatGPT Plus subscription to try this, to automate some tasks and to save time. Now, like I will share one magic prompt in general. There is a feature called custom instructions in ChatGPT. I hope everyone has that, like, even in ChatGPT free subscription, you will get that. Like, I will share that prompt in the WhatsApp group as well. I hope everyone are in that WhatsApp group. Like, I just shared that prompt. So what in general that prompt will do is, like, ChatGPT as something like you ask questions and it will give you answers, and there will be many different types of prompts. It might be brainstorming or it might be role play. But what, based on the questions that you ask, ChatGPT will assign itself an expert, particular expert, and it will ask you more details before giving you the answer. Then it would be very much helpful for you if you use this prompt. Like, this is the prompt that I have shared in the WhatsApp group as well. It is like one of the GitHub repository. I got this. It's a very popular prompt, mostly for people working and people who want to get the most out of ChatGPT. All you have to do is, like, just copy this prompt. Like, I have shared that in the WhatsApp group as well. And in the settings, like, you will see settings and beta and custom instructions in the menu. Even in free version, you will see these custom instructions. Just open this. It is very important thing. You will see here there were two things. The first thing is, what would you like ChatGPT to know about you to provide better responses. The thing is, here you need to give some information about yourself, so that from the next time when you ask questions, ChatGPT will answer you, keeping in mind that, okay, so you are using ChatGPT for this, you are looking for so and so thing from ChatGPT. Let's suppose you are a computer science student, give you information there. I am a computer science student, I am looking to pursue my career in machine learning or data analytics. So it is what my short term goal, it is what my long term goal is. It's like a CV, I can say. Tell everything about you in the first tab. So what it will do is, like, instead of giving you replies in a hurry, it will give you replies keeping in mind that you are so and so thing, and you are looking to build your career in such directions. It will consider that input before giving you answers. And the second tab is very important. How would you like ChatGPT to respond to your things? You might have seen, like, whatever I ask, ChatGPT will call my name Yaswanth every time, right? Because I asked ChatGPT to greet with my name Yaswanth in the beginning of every conversation. So that is the reason why it's giving me that. Now I am replacing that with the magic prompt that I have just shared. You will see the difference now. Now in the custom instructions I have added that. Let's take a new chart, and I am just using default GPT or even ChatGPT free version that you are using. Now let's repeat the same questions that we have asked previously with ChatGPT. Let's suppose I am asking, I want to know generative AI. It's very descriptive, right? Very direct question, very simple thing, right? But when I ask this question directly, ChatGPT will give you some paragraph about generative AI. It doesn't make any sense. Now I am asking the same prompt, but the difference is I have added that magic prompt in custom instructions. Now because the prompt that I have pasted, it's not giving me answer directly. Instead, it is saying that greetings, conductor of to serve you the better. I may ask you a few questions. It's asking me some questions before giving me the answer, because it feels like that is not sufficient. That is very direct. So the advantage of this prompt is like it will assign itself an expert based on the question that you asked. So you are asking about generative AI. It needs to assign itself an expert. For that, it need to ask some questions to you. It's like to serve you better, may I ask you a few questions specifically, like are you looking to understand the basics of generative AI, its applications, or how could it potentially benefit your content creation? What's your primary goal for learning about generative AI? So it's asking me all these things before giving me the answer. I said, are you looking to understand the basics? I said, I'm looking to understand it in a high level way. I don't want advanced stuff, I just want to get the high level information, that's it. And the other things that it was asking is its application, how could it benefit your content? Because I have added in custom instructions that in the top I am a content creator. So it's also asking me like how could it benefit you in your content creation journey. If you add yourself like student or something, then ultimately it will ask you based on your profession or your current work. If you haven't had anything, it will directly ask you how could it benefit, that's it. I said I am looking to understand in a high level way. I thought of learning it to upgrade my skill set. So the reason why I am asking is because I want to understand that in a high level way. The reason why I am asking is that I thought of learning it to upgrade in my career. It is the input that I gave to ChatGPT. Now if you can see here, this is the important thing. I didn't ask ChatGPT to consider itself as an AI expert. I just asked my inputs because of the prompt, the magic prompt that I have shared. It's giving me, I am an expert in artificial intelligence. I know the technical and practical aspects of generative AI. I will reason step by step to determine the best course of action to help you understand generative AI. Because you provided your information well, it's giving me everything without your input. You might, I never asked it that I want you to act as an AI expert or I want to give the step by step guide. I never asked these details because of my inputs. I said I want to learn it to upgrade in my career or to upgrade my skill set. So it feels like it is a better choice for me. So it's gave me like I will help you accomplish your goal by following these steps. Provide a high level overview of what it is, explain some of the key technologies, briefly touch on its applications, suggest sources for better learning. It said it will give me all these things, like I didn't ask step by step, but it's giving me. So it is the power of that prompt. Even you are a ChatGPT free user, I suggest you to add that prompt to your custom instructions. I have already shared it in WhatsApp groups. The only thing is like you need to open custom instructions, and in the second paragraph, like you need to paste that. That's it. In the top, like you can write whatever you want about you, so that ChatGPT will serve you in a better way. It's like it's your personal assistant. You need to tell more so that it can serve you more. That's the importance of this magic prompt. Now, like I want to share like one case study, and I have also other case study, but AI disrupting jobs. Earlier I said like AI is killing lot of jobs, AI is replacing many manual jobs, but now I will show you how a prompt that I have tried will disrupt in complete industry. Let me show you that. I have saved that as a separate ChatGPT link. If you want, I can also share that. If you can see, what I did was, this is like, you know, technical recruiters, like people will call you, might be calling for internships or jobs. people will call you and tell you that like we have job openings or your profile is shortlisted and all. In general, companies hire lot of them to do these calls, to shortlist the resumes from internet, so outsource the people from internet. I used a few prompts which will completely replace the need of them. So if you can see, I have uploaded a resume document. It has around 130 or 140 resumes. So we posted, like I along with a couple of my friends, like we collected for an internship who are good in AI related stuff. We got around 130 plus resumes for free. Like instead of checking them manually, I just uploaded that and asked, what I asked is, it has more than 100 resumes. I want to shortlist best 20 candidates from them with expertise on ChatGPT, Python, and the knowledge of using and developing generative AI based applications. And I also tell ChatGPT that Hugging Face and LangChain, like these are two in general, use it to develop or use it to list generative AI applications. If they know these two, then it would be a bonus for them. And also lastly, I have mentioned having exposure to more AI tools apart from ChatGPT is a plus. I want ChatGPT to consider my input to shortlist 20 resumes from 130 plus resumes. Based on my input, it categorized into primary skills, secondary skills and bonus. Primary skills, expertise in ChatGPT, Python and developing that. That is what I asked, right? And secondary skills, familiarity with Hugging Face and LangChain. Bonus, exposure to other AI tools. These are the three criteria points that it should use to give me the shortlisted candidate things. I confirmed that yes, it is what I was looking for, and it itself assigned an expert in natural language processing and data analysis. It itself assigned, like I haven't told them that act as an NLP expert or data analyst. It assigned itself an expert, and it unzipped that. I used the advanced data analysis feature. It finished the work, and it classifies that based on .doc extension or PDF extension. It said like it has few resumes with these extensions. It said it will pre-process to extract more information. I said yes again. It said that it has successfully extracted text content from 125 out of 131. The reason it might not fetch the other 6 is because they might be using images, they might be using a JPG or PNG format as a resume. So it fetched only 125 resumes, but I don't care because I want the best 20, that's it. I said yes again. Then we have successfully shortlisted the top 20 candidates based on your criteria, and it gave me the list, top 1 to 20, including the names, and it also assigned the score, like it categorized based on primary, then secondary, then bonus. Finally, now I have the 20 resumes with me. Now the other good part is, I said like again, I am lazy enough to search all those 20 names in that zip file. Give me those 20 resumes and embed in a zip file and give me the downloadable file. It gave me the zip file. That's it. If you can see, it only took me 3 to 4 minutes to do the complete task. In general, not 120, 130. If you even give 1000 resumes to ChatGPT, it will do the same. It will only take less than 5 minutes to give you the final result. So the thing is, in general, they would have been working for a week or 2 weeks to process all these resumes, calling them and shortlisting based on resumes, but it only took 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes, to replace the complete industry. It's a real time thing. It's not that I created sample resumes. No, they are real time resumes. They are for a real role. So the difference that you see here is, with the help of ChatGPT, if you utilize ChatGPT perfectly, if you use the prompts correctly, then ultimately ChatGPT will completely disrupt an industry. Like how much time you are saving here? Not only the time. With the 2000 subscription of ChatGPT Plus, I am replacing almost like 20 lakh salary of more than 10 talent acquisition people. 2000, 20 lakhs, and the time they might have taken 2 weeks or 3 weeks to process all these things and complete this shortlisting process, but it have taken only 5 minutes. So it's just a thing to show you that ChatGPT is really disrupting the job. It's not just a rumor. It's a real time again. Like we tried looking for 20 interns and we fetched only because of this ChatGPT, but we never care about other resumes that tend to fail, because as a recruiter point of view, their intention is to hire people. That's it. They don't care about if you miss any or not. But ChatGPT is doing that, right? Similarly, the reason why people stretch about resumes is because most of the hiring is happening based on that. if you are applying for certain role, make sure you include all your keywords, because the future of recruiting is something like this. So if you are not including keywords and you feel like I will tell everything in an interview, I will not disclose on resume, then no one will call you for an interview. So I mean, it also tells you the importance of building a good resume, and you can also do that by asking ChatGPT again, like give me a resume with my skills, it will give you the resume. It will also give you the document if you are using ChatGPT plus. Like last few minutes, like I will discuss a few more slides. After that, like you can go for lunch. Afternoon, like there will be an activity, and that activity, like you might love it, because I have also bought some goodies for that. You will definitely love it. But before that, I will show a few of the things. Now we have seen ChatGPT. The other famous tool which is trending apart from ChatGPT is Midjourney. Midjourney, as I said, you think whatever you want and ask Midjourney, like I want to have an image of this, it will give you. Just input your thought, it will give you. Again, it's similar to how you use prompts in ChatGPT. Midjourney is also same, but Midjourney is a paid tool, so you might don't have the paid access. So I will show the prompts that I used and the creations that I made using Midjourney. You will get an awareness of like what Midjourney actually is. Not only this, the images that you have seen so far, all images, like I have put my face there with thought of my own. Like if you can see the other images, all these images I made using Midjourney. Anything, like think anything, I will share that. You need a Discord for that. It might be a Discord mobile app, or it might be discord.com in your browser. And if you go to Midjourney, in general it will ask you to add to Discord, because you need a Discord to add to run Midjourney. It don't have a standalone app. So it's my profile, like you will see all the creations that I have made. Even the creations that I made for this presentation, I made using this. Now let's go back to Discord. If I have added that, see all these things, like I think something and I ask Midjourney to do that, it will do that. Let's suppose, like can anyone stand and just share your thought. I will try to put that in Midjourney and make it a reality. Can anyone? Anyone from this side? I mean, just tell your thought, like I want to see so and so image using Midjourney. I will try to generate that. Anyone? Because I think this side is where like I only got few hands earlier, so I want to like one just the image that is like I want to see a flower garden, or I want to see monkeys standing on mountain, whatever you wish. Can anyone? Or maybe from other side, yeah, please.
Concept art of butterfly with fiery wings.
Sorry, didn't get you.
A concept art of a butterfly with
Okay.
wings of fire.
Wings of fire. Okay, I will try to generate that. You need to use a command called imagine to write your prompt. In ChatGPT you can directly do that, but here you need to write this prompt. I will just prompt whatever he said. A concept art of butterfly with 5 wings. I am just giving this prompt. There were many different things that you can do as well. I mean, apart from that, this is a basic prompt like we saw in ChatGPT. You can ask basic prompts, you can do multiple things with that again. See, it is building. It's like if you have something in your mind, if you want to draw something, you will draw lines initially, later you add colors, later you add some textures, finally your image will be done. Similarly, from 0 to 100 it will start building it from scratch, and if it's 100 then you will see the final image. So these are the 4 images that it gave me, and there are options like U1 to U4, which means like which image you want to pick. Let's suppose I am picking U1, the first image. It will give me the enlarged image of that. I think this is what you wished for, a butterfly with 5 wings. we generated that using Midjourney, like it is our image, because we haven't downloaded it from internet. We created based on your thoughts. If you utilize it properly, it is more powerful than ChatGPT because you can make wonders easily. Now let's try another prompt. Let's suppose some fictional characters, a superhero standing on a ship with wings. Let's try this, and there are other things that you can do with this. The resolution in general, if you ask, by default it will give you square image. Let's suppose you are making a YouTube video and you want a thumbnail for your YouTube video. Thumbnail size is 16:9. You can also put sizes here. Or you are telling a story. Let's suppose you have a YouTube channel where you tell stories. You want a thumbnail for that story. Just type like whatever the story is and give AR 16:9. It is just a thumbnail size. You can refer to Google like thumbnail size or size. In general, if you don't give anything, it will give you 1:1, a square image. I just gave a basic prompt, a superhero. I didn't mention what are the qualities of that superhuman and all. I'm just giving it to think of its imagination. Yeah, it gave me 4 images. Let's see the first image. Yeah, it's the image that it gave. A superhero standing on a ship, that is a ship with wings. So it is what I wished for, and I get that. And the size is thumbnail. You can just download it and put as a thumbnail. The thing is, like, you can do many different things. Just imagine something. The more descriptive that you are, the more specific that you are, it will fetch you more good results. I'll also show you few of the prompts that I have tried. To generate these images, I have used a prompt like a young man with fair skin and black hair with multiple laptops. He looks happy and he is in a room full of laptops. So that is what I asked. Like, I want an image of a person holding laptops, sitting in a room full of laptops, and it gave me all these images. Similarly, if you like, I want to show a case study after this, but let me tell you this. In general, Midjourney, we are now using latest version 5. But if you can see from the scratch how it evolved in the initial days of Midjourney, like early last year, early 2022, if we try to replicate the Pirates of the Caribbean cast, it gave something like that in the version 1. Later it improved itself and released the version 2. It was something better. Later the version 3, it was okay. Version 4 and version 5, the current version that we are using, version 5.1, it's more accurate. Again, it is trained with lots of images, lots of characters. Ask a person if he is renowned, then it will give you those images as well. And one more case study that I want to show here is, earlier I showed like how ChatGPT is replacing a recruitment industry. Now how Midjourney is replacing some basic graphic designers. I am not saying graphic designers will get replaced. No, graphic designers will get more add-on value if they knows Midjourney. But I use the example of my YouTube channel. Earlier, like I use it to hire graphic designer for most of my thumbnails. Quite long back. But because I am now using Midjourney, what I am doing is I am just creating an image like whatever I wish in Midjourney, just adding text and uploading as thumbnails. All my thumbnails recently I have created using Midjourney. Here, like I am saving a lot of money because I am not depending on graphic designers. They are losing a lot of money. Even many of the freelancers who do these thumbnails and Instagram posts, they were saying that they are losing work. If they are not familiar with Midjourney, they are losing lot of clients, because everyone can do that. Midjourney, you see, you don't need to really work on anything. You don't need graphics knowledge. You don't need anything. Just a thought in mind, you are inputting in Midjourney and it's giving you the image. Even you don't need to crop that image because you can ask the size of that, right? So because of that, I am saving a lot and people are losing a lot. This is one way that people are losing their jobs to artificial intelligence. Not only this, even like in my work, in my organization, like I do some freelancing stuff for most of my designs. I will also show you, I also design book covers just using Midjourney. I didn't use anything on that. Like I will quickly show you. See, this is a book, like I wrote this sci-fi novel just using AI tools. I inputted my idea in ChatGPT first. I like for every chapter I am giving my idea. So I want to write this novel. The first chapter is like how he find a time travel device so that he went to Mars and all. Later I design a cover picture, a book cover picture using Midjourney. In general, if you want a book cover to be designed by an expert, they might even charge you 30,000 to 40,000 rupees only for book cover with high resolution. But if you ask Midjourney your thought, you just give your thought and ask it to come up with 4K resolution or 8K resolution, this size or this size, whatever size it might be, it will give you. I published it, and this novel also going in a good direction, and I will also show you how I did that. So this is a page. In general, I just gave some input, right? I want to write a fictional sci-fi book in the year 2123, where the main line I told is like, I am now living in 2023. I found a device, and with that device, when I wake up, like I was in Mars, that too in the year 2123. This is a concept story that I shared with ChatGPT, and it gave me some title suggestions. Later I said like I named that device, and later I gave some suggestions for the titles earlier. Later I finalized it, is like, oh, this is the title that I am finalized, let us move with it. So this is a long conversation, not one or two prompts thing. Now it is saying that it is a fantastic choice, time travel to Mars. This is the core line that you said. It gave me that. I asked it to divide that into 3 parts. So it divided the 3 parts and gave titles, like gave this a title something like Mars Calling is the first title, and it divided into 10 pages again. See, these are the 3 parts that I wanted to divide that. I gave this input. See, I gave all this input here, and it acted based on that. It gave me some suggestions. Later I will show you how I did each chapters. Like in the middle, like when I feel like it was not going good, I am inputting my ideas. Please remove work part here, instead talk about how we find a stay to live in the Mars and all. And for every chapter I am giving some input. He tried finding the older people to know exactly why they travel to Mars and all. Like I am inputting stories chapter by chapter, and finally I got this information. The other good part is, right, you can either copy and paste it as a dog, but the thing is you can ask it to create a dog by itself also. It saves a lot of time, right? So this is another way you can use it to write fictional stories as well. Now there were only few slides I want to show before we go to the activity after lunch. These are very important because you might like it. The main importance is, like, if you are not using AI tools for earning, then ultimately it's of no use. It might be through work, it might be through freelancing, it might be while you are working and you want to build a second income stream. There are 3 main ways that I believe ChatGPT or Midjourney or any other AI tool will help. I will share all the links that I shared in the same WhatsApp group, but before that I will quickly show the 3 ways in general. The first way is freelancing. You might have seen different ways that we can use ChatGPT and Midjourney to automate the task, right? The first way is freelancing. It might be as a content writer. You might write sales copies or social media posts for brands using ChatGPT. If you understand their thing well, create a portfolio by all your work. Like all these are my portfolios. Whatever I showed you, it might be the book thing, it might be the replacing job thing. I will show that as a portfolio if I want to get freelance work. So I did all these things. I disrupted many jobs using this tool. You also practice it and maintain a portfolio, and there are many platforms like Fiverr or Upwork. Even on LinkedIn, you can directly write to clients who are looking for content writers or copywriters, because if you have some input in your mind, ChatGPT will take care of writing part. Or it might be Midjourney. become a thumbnail designer, become a social media graphic designer, become a book cover designer. So there were many ways, right? Just become one, like maintain a portfolio again, apply to all those things. You can earn a lot in freelancing space. Literally many of my friends who are working, they were doing parallel jobs using ChatGPT and Midjourney. It is also like it is more possible for students because you will be left with more free time than people who are working. So this is one opportunity that you can use. And second way is by selling digital products. I want to show this because this is going to be the assignment for you after this, so that you will be getting some goodies as well. It's a very simple thing. After this workshop you will start earning money immediately if you are able to understand this properly. Like there is a platform called Gumroad. I think some of you might have already know about it. What you can do is, like in the Gumroads, you can upload a product, upload a digital product and sell and set a price and sell there. Using ChatGPT, I have shown some examples earlier, right? How you can ask ChatGPT to create a roadmap or to create a study material and all. You can simply create anything here. Let's suppose because you are students, this is the best opportunity for you. Let's suppose you have a subject called let's suppose computer networks, that is a subject in your curriculum. Just create a study material purely using ChatGPT and upload that in Gumroad, set a price. Gumroad is a largest digital product selling platform. People who needs these study materials or any digital products, they will search across the Gumroad platform, and if they find something, they will purchase that. So I will show you how you can do that instantly. Like ask anything, like I want to create a study material for the subject, any subject, like let's say like computer networks. Give me the outline. First I am asking it to have an outline, because you might cannot do other things which are copyrighted, but selling digital product, it is not a copyrighted material. You prepared that material and you are uploading it as a digital product or as a PDF, that is it. It is giving me what are the specific objects you have in mind for the study material. You can sell whatever you want. I want to share this to students for easy preparation or learning, like whatever you wish to. It is just asking you like why you need to do that, because it can understand better. PDFs, blog post, it is asking me like in what format that you wish to get. I am asking like just give me a text format. It assigned itself an expert in educational content creation, because it is something related to academics purely. It is giving the step by step things that it will take. In general, it will not take more than 15 or 20 minutes to create the study material and upload it in Gumroad. It is giving me the outline now, like what are the things that I need to cover, introduction, chapter 1 and all. Now if I ask like give one page content for introduction, now I have the outline ready. Now I am asking it to give the content for introduction. Yeah, it is giving me the introduction. Yeah, this is the draft that it's giving me. Like what you can do is like just copy this stuff, the introduction, and like just open Google Docs, just paste like whatever you get from ChatGPT. Once you have the document ready, you can just download it here. Like Google Docs is free, everyone can use that. Now once you have the document ready, all you have to do is like in Gumroad, you will see home, products and all. Just click products and just click new product. Here there are multiple options: digital product, course or tutorial, ebook, etc. Just click course or tutorial, because you are selling a tutorial. just fix a price, just give the name and continue, that's it. You might need, it might ask you to upload a book cover. Like if you know Canva is again a free tool, everyone can use that. Just open and design a basic thing. I believe using Canva, like you don't need expertise, anyone can do that, or simply just search for book cover here in Canva. You will get many templates, right? We use one template and edit the text. So only 3 steps here. Use ChatGPT to create a content, paste that in Google Docs, use Gumroad to upload that product, use Canva to create a cover, that's it, right? Once you are done with that, your product will become live. So you can share it with anyone who want to study that, and people who search for that in Gumroad will buy your thing. It is a very easy way that people are using ChatGPT. The reason why I am showing this is like it's the power of ChatGPT. Literally people are missing out on such opportunities. All you have to do is knowing how to use the ChatGPT. Spend some 15 minutes or 20 minutes time with that. So this is one way that you can make money. Maybe like once after like the lunch break is over, like I will give you 30 minutes. Divide yourself a team of 3. Just 30 minutes, like the top 3 teams, like I will give some goodies, like I bought some good goodies as well, you will definitely love them. I want you to create one study material, upload that in Gumroad with a book cover. Because you have 3 people, you can divide the task. One can use ChatGPT, one can use Canva, one can use simply like Gumroad to upload that. The best 3, like I will definitely give you some definitely good goodies, but after the lunch break you can do that. And the other way is selling prompts. There is a website called Prompt Base. I will share the link. How it works is like, I have shown one prompt, right, to shortlist the resumes easily. I can sell that prompt. I can put it on Prompt Base and I can sell that prompt for a particular price. People who are looking to do that, if companies are looking to buy that prompt from me, because I am not sharing to everyone like how I did that step by step process. If companies nearly need that, I can just put a title like make your recruiting process automate by only giving me $5 or $10 or something. They will pay. Those who need that prompt, they will pay money and guide it. This is another way that you can make money using prompts. So like this ends the presentation part of it, but still if you are like, as I said, there are 2 ways to make use of AI most effectively, using AI and creating AI. There are 2 platforms that every developer needs to know if you want to build AI application. One is Hugging Face and LangChain. In general, Hugging Face, you will see many AI applications similar to ChatGPT. For each task, people will host that. It's like a GitHub where you will find all the projects related to coding. Similarly, in Hugging Face, you will see products like this is a Hugging Face. In Hugging Face, you will see all these products, like these are listed by someone else. Everything will work. You will see more better apps than ChatGPT here as well. You can see there are categorization, feature extraction, text to image, text classification. People will host their apps here. And LangChain is a platform. It's a Python library. If you know Python, you can install that so that you can use OpenAI's API to build an AI based application and host that. But yeah, I am not covering too much because I believe not everyone here are good with tech. Only few might be good with tech. But LangChain and Hugging Face, like keep in mind that if you are good with these 2, then there were many people who are hiring for it. Last month, like I searched for many interns using these skills, who are good with these skills, but I hardly find only few. But there were many people who are making a lot by doing multiple projects, freelancing, etc. I think yeah, this is the activity that we should be doing after the lunch break. I believe you will come with a team of 3. You will sit based on that and complete your task. And followed by, we will have a Q&A session on everything related to prompt engineering. It might be some placement related stuff or career stuff. We will continue doing that. I hope you will have a great lunch after this. Thank you. And please be at least by 1:50 because we plan to start at 2. There is still 1 hour left. I hope 1 hour is sufficient. Thank you.
I have your kind attention, please. Firstly, thank you so much, sir, for such an interactive and interesting session. There is some announcement for you guys. Firstly, whoever has the tickets, they should go from this side of the door and get the lift from right side lift. And the people who do not have the tickets should go from the back side of the door and get their tickets over there on the bring your laptops and thank you for attending the session. We would like to have you on board in the next session as well.